Good evening. Welcome to Vision of Asia, the news you can trust and events that move and celebrate our very own South Asian community. I'm Nidhi Kathuria coming to you from our ITV Gold studio in New Jersey. In the headlines today, Indian police arrest 14 after communal clashes in New Delhi. India's foreign minister attends Ambedkar anniversary at Indian consulate in New York. NYC Councilman Krishnan opens new office, hosts multiple events. World Heritage Day celebrated today on April 18th. The Indian American Women Entrepreneurs Association organizes a workshop on cryptocurrency. Navami celebrated in New Jersey. Devotees participate in Maruti Yagna organized at Vatstal Dham. Stay with us on Vision of Asia for news in detail right after this short break. Clashes broke out during a Hindu religious procession in the Indian capital New Delhi on Saturday, injuring several people, including policemen, police said days after similar religious violence in 3 states. Eyewitnesses told Reuters that the violence erupted between Muslims and Hindus during the procession in Jahangirpuri, a suburb of New Delhi. The violence broke out during a procession to mark the Hindu festival of Hanuman Jayanti, police said without giving more details. Earlier on Saturday, protesters in New Delhi shouted slogans against Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government, saying Muslims were violently targeted by authorities in the aftermath of Hindu-Muslim clashes in parts of 3 states ruled by Modi's Hindu Nationalist Party. The clashes last Sunday during a religious festival prompted police to impose a curfew in one town and ban gatherings of more than 4 people in parts of the states. Local authorities tore down the homes and shops of suspected Muslim rioters in central Madhya Pradesh state in the aftermath of violence that broke out during the Hindu festival of Ram Navami, according to a police official who did not want to be named. In Modi's home state, Gujarat, authorities demolished makeshift shops belonging to those they said were involved in the riots, in which one man was killed, said an official in Anand district in Gujarat, where the clashes erupted. Opposition politicians have accused Modi's right-wing Hindu nationalist Bharatiya Janata Party of stoking tensions between majority Hindus and Muslims in states that it rules. Police in India's most populous state of Uttar Pradesh on Friday arrested 9 people from a hardline Hindu group suspected of torching the home of a Muslim man who married a Hindu woman. Indian police arrested 14 people in connection with violent clashes between Hindus and Muslims during a Hindu religious procession in the country's capital, New Delhi, police said in a tweet on Sunday. The Indian consulate in New York commemorated the 131st birth anniversary of BR Ambedkar, the author of India's Constitution, on April 14th. The gathering was joined by India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar, who is on a visit to the United States, engaging top U.S. counterparts in the 2+2 dialogue in Washington, D.C. Speaking at the event, Jaishankar stressed that Ambedkar's views were even more relevant today as India celebrates the 75th year of its independence, and the best way to advance his vision and aspirations was to further the freedoms. The legacy that he gave us as the architect of India's constitution, which he bequeathed to us, has actually become even more valuable with the passage of time, Jaishankar said, adding that Ambedkar's aspirations are actually the blueprint to guide us and provide a compass for clarity as the world is again debating the virtues of democracy. Watch the video of philosopher Dr. Cornel West, who called Ambedkar the great and inimitable, from last year.
I am so blessed to send my deep and profound solidarity and love to the one and only Dr. BR Ambedkar, Baba Ambedkar. He is my comrade. He is my brother. He is my soulmate. Why? Because like the great W.B. Du Bois, who was the greatest public intellectual in the history of the American empire, Dr. Ambedkar is the greatest public intellectual in the history of India. He had a love of poor people, a love of working people. He came out of the rich, deep history and heritage of my precious Dalit brothers and sisters. He looked at the world from the lens of those Frantz Fanon called the wretched of the earth. And anytime we talk about freedom fighters, love warriors, wounded healers, we should talk about Dr. Baba Ambedkar, born April 14th, 1891, 130 years ago. He would live for 65 years, but he would put in 3 lifetimes in those 65 years, calling for the annihilation of caste, the abolishment of caste, calling for a radical democracy that stayed in contact with the humanity of everybody, beginning with those who are treated most inhumanely, our precious Dalit brothers and sisters. Let us go forth, never forget the great Ambedkar, and allow his spirit to infuse our souls so that part of his afterlife is at work in our life as we, like him, tell the truth, bear witness to justice, love beauty, love each other with solidarity forever.
Today is April 18th, World Heritage Day, which is also known as the International Monuments and Sites Day. The day is all about increasing the awareness of the importance of the diversity of cultural heritage and preserving it for generations in the future. Ancient monuments and buildings are an asset to us all around the world. However, they need to be protected to ensure that they continue to be an asset for years and years to come. Therefore, the day is a collective effort of communities around the globe. There are truly some incredible heritage sites and monuments around the world. This includes the Machu Picchu, which is situated in the lush and mountainous terrain high above the Urubamba River in Peru. There are lots of amazing sites in Egypt, and the pyramids of Giza are one of them. Other places of note include Bagan in Myanmar, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, and the Great Wall of China. Perhaps the most important way to celebrate World Heritage Day is to search out those locations near you that count as World Heritage Sites and perhaps pay them a visit. Watch the video shared on this day by Mr. Umesh Upadhyay, who is a journalist, commentator, academician, and communication professional with over 3 decades of experience.
आज विश्व धरोहर दिवस यानी वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज डे है और सौभाग्य है कि आज हम यहाँ सांची के विश्व प्रसिद्ध स्तूप पर हैं। हमारे साथ सांची यूनिवर्सिटी के प्रियदर्शी जी, आप भी अपना परिचय बता दें।
मैं डॉक्टर प्रभाकर पांडे।
और बताएं। मनीष सिंह। तो ये हमें बता रहे हैं यहाँ, और प्रोफेसर संजीव शर्मा, आप इनको देखते हैं, इनकी ओजस्वी वाणी तो सुनते ही रहते हैं। लेकिन ये देखिए सांची के स्तूप में, वैसे आपने नोटों पर ये देखा होगा लगातार, ये जो सिंह हैं चारों तरफ 4 सिंह हैं, 3 हमें दिखाई देते हैं, यहाँ बिल्कुल स्पष्ट 3 दिख रहे हैं। और दूसरे इस पर पिलर पर देखिए चक्र जो है, जो भारत के प्रतीक चिन्ह के रूप में लिया गया है। तो संजीव जी, बड़े सौभाग्य की बात है कि आज हम यहाँ पर हैं।
निश्चित रूप से हमें तो पहली बार देखने का अवसर मिल रहा है इसे।
जी। ये सौभाग्य है कि हम लोग विश्व धरोहर दिवस के दिन यहाँ पर हैं।
हाँ, विश्व धरोहर दिवस के दिन यहाँ पर हैं। उदयगिरी गुफा भी आज देखने को मिल गई।
हाँ,
और आज वो ईसा पूर्व शुंग शताब्दी के समय जो स्तंभ बना हुआ है, वो भी देखने को मिल गया।
क्या बात है। तो प्रियदर्शी जी, आप बता रहे थे कि ये जो स्तूप बनाए गए और यहाँ पर ये अशोक के समय बनाए गए, किस समय, कितने साल पुराना होगा ये?
जी सर, ये अशोक के शासनकाल में पहले ये एक इतना बड़ा इसका विस्तार नहीं था। पहले ये छोटा सा स्तूप था जो कि ब्रिक्स ईंटों से बना हुआ था। ग्रेजुअली फिर शुंग काल में इनके तोरण द्वार आए और फिर इस तरीके से इनमें वेस्टिकाएं बनी और ये चीजें फिर विस्तृत होती चली गई। तो आज जो स्तूप मिल रहा है वो एक बार का बना हुआ नहीं है, ये ग्रेजुअली ये विकसित हुआ है और हर एक तोरण द्वार पे, ये जो द्वार देख रहे हैं इसको तोरण द्वार कहते हैं, हर द्वारों पे अलग अलग जातक कथाएं, इसमें 7 जातक कथाएं वर्णित है।
ये जो जातक कथाएं इन्होंने कही, ये देखिए यहाँ पर उत्कीर्ण है हर तोरण द्वार पर। 4 तोरण द्वार हैं, यहाँ पर अलग अलग जातक कथाएं पूरी अपनी जिसको बोलते हैं बारीकी के साथ अगर आप देखेंगे सारी इस किस तरीके से भारत में 2000 साल से पूर्व भी किस तरह की उत्कृष्ट कलाकारी भी मौजूद थी, ये भी बताती है। यहाँ बाद में ये नष्ट हो गया, लेकिन मुझे लगा कि आज मैं यहाँ पर आया हूँ तो आप लोगों को भी ये थोड़ा दिखाया जाए। बहुत दिन बाद मैं वीडियो बना रहा हूँ, लेकिन आज के इस लोभ का मैं संभरण कर नहीं पाया। आप देखिए और आइए एक बार।
New York City Councilman Krishnan, who represents District 25, engaged with the constituents and different communities the first 2 weeks of April, which also included the inauguration of his new office premises on April 13th. The Indian American Council member's grand opening of his new office was attended by United States Senator Chuck Schumer. "This isn't my office, this is our office," Krishnan said on Twitter and in his occasional email blast about his activities. "Grateful to all members of the community that have supported us over the years, and I thank everyone that came out to our grand opening this week. Thank you so much, Majority Leader Schumer, for joining us at our office for this special day." Krishnan's office also held or participated in a series of events for National Public Health Week, including a kickoff by the Mobile Health Unit hosting a preventative blood pressure and cholesterol testing. On the immigration front, Krishnan met with Nice for Workers at the offices. "I'm always proud to fight alongside them for a society that truly values immigrant workers. They're members of the most essential workers and give me inspiration," Krishnan said in his email. His office partnered with Citizenship Now for an immigration clinic in Elmhurst. "We served over 90 individuals in one day, including 61 who successfully applied for citizenship," Krishnan said. To encourage the growth of the public library systems, he joined an event outside City Hall showing off 2 of his favorite books. Krishnan keeps constituents informed with updates on grassroots matters, such as closure of the Queens Public Library at Jackson Heights for 4 weeks starting Monday, April 25th, 2022, new bus routes, workshops, etc. Dr. Nimisha Shukla has been appointed to the Medical Board of Examiners of the state of New Jersey. Indian American physicians are about 10% of the physician workforce in the state of New Jersey. With this appointment, we finally have representation for our community. I spoke to Dr. Shukla about her new role and responsibility. Take a look.
I feel very honored, at the same time very responsible, that I hope that I can represent our community's physicians and also our community as consumer of New Jersey's medical services. I think more than 10% physicians of New Jersey are of Indian Americans in origin. And we, at the minimum, we should have at least 5% representation. If we are representing 10% of the doctors, and we didn't have anyone representing us for more than 10 years now. So I'm excited that our community is taken notice of by the governor of New Jersey. New Jersey State Board of Medical Examiners has 21 members, out of which only 11 are physicians. And of the 11 physicians, there are podiatrists, and there are chiropractors, and there are other allied specialty. Board is responsible in providing licenses to not only doctors, but all paramedical professional licenses too, who practice like a provider. And whenever there is a complaint by any of the New Jersey resident or malpractice or any other organization that complains, that person's license is up for voting, and there should be a representation for at least a community that has more than 10% of a physician workforce in the state. So I think that having that representation helps not only at the time of licensure or disciplinary action for the licensure, but also to guide our physicians on what are the good practices for the do's and don'ts, so that we do not hear our physician's name in the bad books. Rather, we hear our physician's name in the golden letters, and we contribute to the chapter of Indian Americans in the history of New Jersey.
The Indian American Women Entrepreneurs Association, which was formed to create a global community of women entrepreneurs who empower each other, who are caring, collaborative, and supportive, and promote public perception of women doing business owners as decisive, strong, and innovative, organized a workshop on the growing popularity of cryptocurrency last Thursday at Ruby Ki Kitchen Se at Amboy Avenue in Edison, New Jersey, to educate their members on investment opportunities into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Let's watch the highlights.
My name is Kim Gill. I'm part of IAWA, and we're here today to talk about, I guess, cryptocurrency.
So how did you enjoy the workshop, and what all did you learn from that?
I did enjoy it because I always felt that it's a very intimidating topic in a way because it's so technical. I feel like people are not very open to asking questions. What I liked about the speaker was he made it very simple to understand. He did not use all those complicated words unless we ask what's the NFT, because before, whenever I seen even a YouTube video or gone to tours, they see all these technical terms and you kind of get a little bit intimidated. So what I learned it is the difference between trading the coins which already exist versus mining, which is to create your own coins and be a part of a transaction.
So I personally think crypto has the freedom, but the only government involvement will be regular, normal sanctions, right? Sorry, not sanctions, normal involvement about reporting requirements. If you send above a 10,000 anything illicit, illegal, anti-money. Of course, they're always going to have these basic protections, but I think as everyday people, we will not be impacted by those kind of cutthroat laws, so.
The government will not be paranoid when it comes to their own currency and dollar.
They can't. It's like saying, here, I want to confiscate every single gold in your house. Can they do that? Right? Can I shut down the internet to stop you from making a transaction? They can't do it. So there's always going to be that certain freedom where you actually invest and do it yourself. So there will always be that protection mechanism. But I think general regulations are always good overall, right, to prevent the illegal use of cryptocurrency, right?
But the government could not come up with its own cryptocurrency or the digital currency.
Actually, the government is coming up with their own digital currency. They have something called the Fed coin. They're trying to make their own copycat version of it, right? It's okay. I think competition is good. Example, we use US dollars, there's euro. Why not have Bitcoin and the Fed coin? It's the same.
On April 16th, Ram Navami was celebrated at the Ukrainian Cultural Center at Franklin Township, New Jersey. The event was organized by Sri Hari Entertainment. The chief guest was Padma Shri recipient Dr. Sudhir Parikh, who is also the chairman of Parikh Worldwide Media and ITV Gold.
नमस्कार श्री हरि एंटरटेनमेंट की ओर से. Thank you so much. We having this Ram Utsav today as Ram Navami, and the Parikh media worldwide, the chief guest of our program, Padma Shri Sudhir Parikh ji is here. Thank you so much, Sudhir ji, for encouraging us, and it's a beautiful out here. Atmosphere is all Rammay. So thank you so much. Here we are presenting some cultural performances by kids and some bhajans by adults, and basically we want to tell the relevance of Rama in today's modern world, and there are some chief speakers to speak about Shri Rama. तो भारत के सनातनों के ऐसे प्रकाश पुंज श्री राम की सम्मति में हमारा श्री हरि एंटरटेनमेंट की ओर से ये छोटा सा कार्यक्रम राम नवमी उत्सव हमने आज साजरा किया. थैंक यू सो मच सुधीर जी.
And thank you, and I would like to congratulate Netaji because it's a great initiative to teach our second generation what's the Ram, what's the life of Ram, and what's the teaching of the Ram. And really, you are doing great work. You can always count on support from the Parikh Worldwide Media, ITV Gold, as well as me personally. And just keep doing it. Good work, and really we appreciate your good work. Thank you.
Maruti Yagna was organized at Sri Swaminarayan Mandir, Vattal Dham at Somerset, New Jersey on April 16th. Let's watch the highlights.
अद्य हि समरसेट नाम्ना नगरे मासानोत्तम मासे चैत्र मासे पूर्णिमा तिथोवासरे ग्रहगण विशिष्टन विशिष्टायम मंदवासरे काश्यप गोत्रोत्पन्नो गौरी सुताय नमो नमस्ते. ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः गं गणपति देवताभ्यो नमः. पाद्यो पाद्यजलं समर्पयामि. गणपति दादाना चरणમાં મૂકી આપવાનો. ફરીથી ચાયુ સતમિન્નો સરદો અંતિદેવા પુત્રાનસ્ય ગ્રાજરસ્વતનુના.
Jai Samnarayan. Today we are celebrating here at Vattal Dham in Somerset, New Jersey, Utsav of Hanuman Jayanti. So to celebrate, we are having a yagna outside where about 60 to 70 families are sitting down to perform the yagna. And then afterwards, also to celebrate Ram Navami and Hari Jayanti that passed last week, we are going to have an Ankot Utsav here at the Mandir afterwards. Jai Samnarayan.
And that's a wrap on Vision of Asia tonight. Send us your suggestions and community news that you would like us to cover for our print and television coverage at events@itvgold.com. Follow us on our Facebook handle at itvgold, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and pick up a free copy of Desi Talk if you're in the Tri-State or in the Chicago area for community news, entertainment, and events in US and India. You can also read the News India Times newspaper online at www.newsindiatimes.com or subscribe to the hard copy by calling 212-675-7515. This is Nidhi Kathuria signing off. Happy Monday.